The crisp mountain air nipped at Mia's cheeks as she stood on the balcony of her chalet, gazing out at the snow-capped Swiss Alps. The majestic peaks seemed to touch the very sky, their silent grandeur a stark contrast to the tumult in her heart. At 42, Mia Carlyle was at the pinnacle of her career, a best-selling romance novelist whose words had kindled the flames of passion for millions. Yet here she was, feeling more alone than ever. She had come to this secluded resort to finish her latest novel, but the words wouldn't come. How could she write about a love she no longer believed in? Her own failed marriage and subsequent heartbreaks had left her cynical, convinced that the grand passion she once wrote about was nothing more than a beautiful lie. A movement in the corner of her eye caught her attention. A man emerged from the neighbouring chalet, his silver-streaked dark hair ruffling in the wind. He paused, seemingly lost in thought, before his gaze met hers. For a moment, time stood still. Sebastian Blackwood, 45, hadn't planned on making eye contact with anyone during his stay. He had come here to escape, to find solace in the mountain's solitude as he grappled with the weight of his past. The loss of his wife 5 years ago had left him a shell of his former self, and the pressure of running his family's multinational corporation only added to his burden. But as he looked into the eyes of the woman on the neighbouring balcony, something stirred within him, a feeling he thought long dead.
Beautiful view, isn't it?
He called out, surprising himself with the initiative. Mia nodded, a small smile playing on her lips.
It's breathtaking,
she replied, her voice carrying a hint of melancholy that Sebastian immediately recognized.
I'm Sebastian,
he said, moving closer to the edge of his balcony.
Mia,
she responded, mirroring his movement. Little did they know that this simple exchange would be the first step on a journey that would challenge everything they thought they knew about love, life, and second chances. As the sun dipped behind the mountains, casting a golden glow across the snow, Mia and Sebastian stood on their respective balconies, two souls unknowingly on the brink of an extraordinary adventure. The Alps loomed around them, silent witnesses to the beginning of a love story that would span continents, years, and the very depths of their hearts. Over the next few weeks, Mia and Sebastian's paths continued to cross in the small mountain resort. What began as casual conversations over morning coffee in the lodge grew into long walks through snow-covered trails and evenings spent by the fireplace, sharing stories of their lives. Mia found herself opening up about her disillusionment with love, how years of writing romance had left her feeling hollow when her own marriage crumbled.
I've spent so long crafting perfect love stories,
she confided one evening, the firelight dancing across her face.
but real life, it's messier, isn't it?
Sebastian nodded, his eyes reflecting a pain Mia was beginning to understand.
life has a way of challenging our ideals.
He said softly.
After I lost Elena, I thought I'd never feel anything again. But being here, with you.
He trailed off, the weight of his words hanging in the air between them. As the days passed, Mia felt the walls around her heart beginning to crumble. Sebastian's quiet strength and genuine warmth were unlike anything she had experienced before. For his part, Sebastian found himself smiling more, the heavy burden of his grief lightening in Mia's presence. Their time together in Switzerland became a cocoon, sheltering them from the realities of their separate lives. Mia's writing flowed once more, infused with a new depth of emotion. Sebastian, too, felt reinvigorated, seeing his family's business through fresh eyes. But as their month-long stays neared their end, the spectre of separation loomed. It was Sebastian who broached the subject first, on a crisp evening as they watched the sunset paint the Alps in hues of pink and gold.
Mia,
He began, his voice tinged with reluctance.
there's something I need to tell you.
He explained about a critical merger his company was undertaking, one that would require his full attention for the coming year.
I'll be traveling constantly, shuttling between New York, London, and Tokyo. I won't have a moment to breathe, let alone.
Mia felt her heart constrict, but she understood. This was the reality she had always known would intrude on their Alpine fairy tale.
I understand, Sebastian.
She said, trying to keep her voice steady.
We both have lives to return to.
But Sebastian wasn't finished.
I can't ask you to wait for me, Mia. Wouldn't be fair. But I also can't bear the thought of letting this us slip away.
He turned to her, his eyes intense.
Give me a year. 1 year to sort out my company, to make sure my family's legacy is secure. And then, if you still feel the same way.
Mia's breath caught in her throat.
Okay,
She whispered.
a year.
Sebastian nodded, reaching for her hand.
Meet me at the top of the Toronto CN Tower. 1 year from today, on your birthday. If we both show up, we'll know this was real. That it wasn't just the magic of the Alps.
Mia felt a rush of emotions. Fear, hope, excitement. It was crazy, straight out of one of her novels. And yet,
Okay,
she whispered.
1 year.
Kiss me.
As they sealed their pact with a kiss, the Alpine peaks stood as silent witnesses to their promise. Neither Mia nor Sebastian could have predicted the challenges that lay ahead, the doubts that would creep in during lonely nights, the temptations that would test their resolve, and the twist of fate that would threaten to keep them apart, even as their reunion drew near. Their Swiss encounter was ending, but their real journey was just beginning. A journey that would span a year, cross continents, and test the very essence of their newfound love.